Hello and welcome. I'm Saeed from StoryPlanet.net. Dive right into the essence of the most captivating books without reading them cover to cover. Whether you're on the go, at the gym, or just relaxing at home, we offer you a unique and enriching listening experience. Today, we are exploring the book Soccernomics, a creation by Simon Kuper and Stefan Szymanski. Soccernomics, published in 2009, uses economic and data analysis to delve into soccer's gameplay, viewership, and administration. It challenges common beliefs, from the impact of World Cups on happiness to Western Europe's ongoing global soccer dominance. Before we delve into these revelations, it's interesting to note that Simon Kuper, a well-known soccer writer for the Financial Times, has been honored with the William Hill Prize for Sportsbook of the Year. Stefan Szymanski is a sport management professor at the University of Michigan. With 11 key ideas to unveil, brace yourself for a deep dive into this captivating book on StoryPlanet.net. To start, explore a new perspective on the world's most popular sport. The text challenges common soccer analysis, advocating for a more data-driven approach by looking at factors like economics and talent. It questions typical beliefs like the impact of new managers or big spending in the transfer market. The text highlights that players' wages are a better predictor of success than transfer fees and draws unexpected parallels, such as comparing the World Cup to the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Idea number 1. Soccer is described as a small and historically struggling industry. Despite the perception that modern soccer is driven by big business, the reality is that most soccer clubs are smaller than companies like United Natural Foods or Walmart. Many clubs are the size of a single supermarket in terms of revenue. Most soccer clubs are not run like typical businesses, as profit-making could conflict with achieving sporting success. While many clubs may not have strong financial management, they are unlikely to go bankrupt, as they can adjust by reducing wages or playing in lower divisions. Fans can be reassured that most clubs prioritize sporting achievement over financial gain. Key idea number 2. Managers are often not a crucial factor in a team's success. Most managers in soccer are considered mediocre, with their impact on team performance often overstated. The case of Claudio Ranieri at Leicester City is highlighted as an example of a manager's perceived success followed by regression. Sacking a manager often leads to a temporary improvement in results, but this improvement is typically a statistical phenomenon known as regression to the mean rather than the direct impact of the new manager's actions. Transfers made by managers also do not significantly impact team success. Key idea number 3. Spending money on new players does not guarantee success in sports and is often influenced by trends rather than actual effectiveness. Soccer clubs spent $471 billion on transfers in 2017. Transfers can be a waste due to overvaluing superstars after big tournaments. Clubs should rely on data, not fashion or instinct, when making transfer decisions. Buying players in their early 20s is recommended for higher value. Players in their late 20s are often overpriced. Stats show that players aged 20-22 are 18% cheaper than players aged 25-28. The sweet spot for value players is typically in their early 20s. Clubs should focus on player performance rather than expensive transfers. Key idea number 4. Investing in wages is more effective for success than providing transfers. Spending on wages has a strong correlation with a team's performance, with 90% accounting for success, according to studies. High wages attract high performers, which translates to better results on the field. While there are exceptions like Leicester's 2015-2016 season, in the long run, investing more in player salaries leads to success on the pitch. Key idea number 5. Soccer clubs are improving their use of data for player selection and tactics. Data analysis is increasingly important in modern soccer, with the trend starting in the 1950s by Charles Reap's notes on matches. Clubs like Chelsea and Arsenal heavily rely on data, with Arsenal even monitoring player fatigue during games. Data-driven strategies, like focusing on set pieces, have proven successful. Data analysts are now standard in teams, though getting players to adapt to data-driven tactics remains a challenge. The expectation is that as data analysis becomes more sophisticated, less effective strategies like long-range shots may decline in popularity. Key idea number 6. Politics, industry, and the success of soccer clubs are strongly interconnected. Industrial and provincial cities like Manchester, Barcelona, Turin, Munich, Dortmund, Porto, and Eindhoven began to dominate European soccer from the 1960s onwards, winning 41 out of 55 European Cups. This shift occurred as the power of fascist-backed capital teams waned after the deaths of dictators like Salazar and Franco. These industrial cities benefited from the sense of belonging that supporting local clubs provided to migrants during the Industrial Revolution. However, today, capitals like London and Paris are rising in the soccer world due to increased investment from wealthy individuals and international owners. This trend has challenged the previous dominance of provincial teams, although top provincial clubs like Barcelona and Bayern Munich remain successful in European soccer. Key idea number 7. Poor countries may not excel in sports, but individual players from these countries can still be successful. Key points: connection between poverty off the pitch and success in soccer. Rich countries have better sports success. Example of Iceland's investment in sports infrastructure leading to soccer success. Many top European players came from poor backgrounds, had time to practice, and benefited from the 10,000-hour rule. European players from poor neighborhoods had time to practice due to modest upbringing, but had access to good diet and medical care. Soccer has been a life-changing opportunity for many players. Key idea number 8. Soccer promotes unity and saves lives through community bonding. Soccer tournaments lead to a decrease in suicides as it brings people together in a shared experience, regardless of winning or losing. Research shows suicide rates decline significantly in Europe during major tournaments. Shared social experiences like this can have a positive impact on mental well-being, as shown by reduced suicide rates following national tragedies. Key idea number 9. England's soccer team struggles to win because it is more isolated compared to its main competitors. Despite failing to win since the 1966 World Cup, England's struggle to secure victories is not solely attributed to the large number of foreign players in the Premier League. The presence of foreign talent in the league actually provides English players with valuable exposure and experience against top competition. Data suggests that the England national team's win rate has improved since allowing more foreign players. Additionally, English players' reluctance to move abroad may limit their exposure to different playing styles. Despite historical challenges, England's win percentage is competitive on an international scale. Luck may play a decisive role in major tournaments. Key idea number 10. Western European countries dominate soccer due to being highly interconnected. Western European teams have been dominant in recent World Cups due to their highly connected network, allowing for easy transfer of knowledge and improvement in soccer tactics. Germany, for example, learned passing skills from Spain and the Netherlands and improved their play speed by observing the Premier League. This network effect has led to a shift in tactics, with all top European countries emphasizing passing midfielders over specialist players, resulting in a more dynamic style of play. The future of soccer remains uncertain, but European teams continue to lead the way in the sport. Key idea number 11. Soccer's future will be characterized by its transformation into a worldwide sport. In the late 1800s, soccer began to overshadow traditional sports like shinty on the Scottish island of South Uist. Soccer's popularity spread globally, with the 2009 Champions League final becoming the most watched sporting event. Soccer is still expanding, particularly in large countries like China, India, and Indonesia, with potential for growth fueled by increasing wealth. As investments in soccer rise in non-traditional nations, the sport's quality may shift, possibly challenging Western Europe's dominance. For example, China is investing heavily in soccer at all levels, with ambitions to host and win the World Cup by 2050. Other countries like Japan, the US, and Iraq are also strengthening their soccer traditions, hinting at a diverse future for the sport on a global scale. In conclusion, soccer discourse is often based on false premises. Clear analysis of data shows a different way to play and enjoy the sport. Follow data patterns, like in penalty shootouts, where the team shooting first has a 60% advantage. Feedback can be sent to, remember, storyplanet.net. Further reading, Soccernomics by David Sumpter explains the link between soccer and mathematics, using statistical models to understand the game. Thank you for listening to this summary. If you enjoyed this exploration, we invite you to discover other fascinating books on storyplanet.net. Don't wait any longer. A multitude of books, stories, and knowledge await you there. See you soon on storyplanet.net.